Megan, and today I want to talk to you all about my first 2 weeks with my Invisalign. And I'm pretty impressed that I've pretty much overcome the lisp in the past, especially the past few days. It's really gone down, but I feel like I sound pretty similar to how I sounded before having this stuff in my mouth. One thing is, I feel like I have a lot more like saliva production, so that's the one thing in addition to the lisp that's been a little challenging when I'm talking for a long period of time, but that's the magic of editing. So in the next day I will be changing to my next tray. So I have my first 8 trays that I was given, and then I will go back into the orthodontist because I have 17 trays in total. So there's just so much that I've learned over the past 2 weeks, like little tips and things like that, the way I've been taking care of them, and like the cost, stuff like that that you might be curious about. If you watch my channel for a while, you probably know that I've wanted Invisalign for a few years, but I kept putting it off, and it just worked out that this year it would make the most sense for me to get it, and I had started noticing additional shifting to my teeth. So when I was in middle school, I had braces. I had them for maybe like 2 years. I remember having, it felt like forever that I had them, and then I didn't wear my retainer. And if you are anyone out there that's thinking about getting braces or Invisalign or any type of straightening to your teeth, wear your retainer, or get like a permanent bar put behind your teeth if that's an option for you, because it's a lot of money and it sucks that I now have to pay out of pocket for this. But one, it's my choice to get it. I don't absolutely have to get Invisalign or braces, but my teeth, especially over the past 2 years, I would say, have really started to shift. And just to give you like a top-down look at my teeth, this is gonna be like an awkward part of the video, but I want you to see like my bottom teeth and how crooked they are. Like from the front, I have a pretty like average, nice, pretty straight smile, but my bottom teeth were the things that got crooked earlier after I stopped wearing my retainer in like high school, and throughout college and everything, my teeth were like fine. The bottom teeth were a little crooked, but my top teeth were more or less straight. But then over the past 2 years, and I'm 28 for reference, so it's been definitely over a decade since I had braces, I just noticed that my top teeth were starting to shift a lot. Especially this tooth right here, I could tell is just so much more forward. And that's because these teeth are crooked. And so it just all started to affect my top teeth, and I was like, the longer I put this off, the more crooked my top teeth will be. And my top teeth being crooked really bothered me because I smile a lot, and it just, I just started noticing it. I noticed that I would have to stand in certain angles so my teeth didn't look like completely like all over the place, because from like front on you can't really tell, but if I'm like a side smile or like with a group of people where you're at different angles, I just really noticed it. And a lot of people like at work and my friends and stuff were like, I can't believe you're getting Invisalign. And like, it's a personal choice. Like at this point, it's not that my teeth are like so unmanageable or something, but I can just tell this is the beginning, and it's been shifting for a few years, but now I'm just starting to really notice it. But the longer I wait, the worse it will become. And so over the past few years, I've talked to my dentist about getting Invisalign specifically. I knew if I were to get braces or something like that, I would just rather get Invisalign if I were to go down a route like that. They're pretty unnoticeable. I have a lot of attachments, which I'll show you guys more as well, but it's more like unnoticeable than like braces are, in my opinion. So really have enjoyed that aspect of it. You can't really tell like in pictures or anything like that, so that's been cool because I take a lot of selfies and I do videos and stuff. So I think that has been like a easy transition. You wouldn't know like just from looking at me that I have Invisalign. You might be like, oh, your teeth look a little bit different if you know me, but if I never met you before, and we wear masks all the time now, so people might not ever know if I never see them without a mask. So anyway, I'm really glad that I decided to do it at this point. Just speaking of the mask, like I am working from home now because of the pandemic, and this has been a lot easier for me with being at home because I can brush my teeth after every meal and I can soak my trays, and I'll show you guys what I've been using for that. And I just think if you are working from home during this time and you have wanted Invisalign, it might be the perfect opportunity to take advantage of being home in order to care for your teeth and not be like really out and about like we used to be. So that has been kind of a perk of working from home and having Invisalign at the same time. It's just a little easier to take care of your trays. So some of the basics about my case. So like I said, I have 17 trays in total, and I got the first 8, so I'm on the first one right now. My first 3 trays, I wear them each for 2 weeks, and then the next, like all the rest of the trays, I wear for 1 week. So I'm excited actually to get to the point where I change them every week, because I think that's when you'll really start to see a lot of like movement. And in my mind, I feel like, oh, my teeth are already getting straighter, but like I don't really think they are. And my dentist did have to do some IRP, I think is what it's called, where they shave down between your teeth a little bit, and that really made me nervous, and I don't love that that had to happen, but in order to make room for the straightening that needs to be done, they had to shave between, it was like 2 of my lower teeth and 2 of my upper teeth. So when I'm flossing, I can tell like which teeth that is, because it's like more of a space than I used to have. And after my 8th tray, and I go back in October after that tray, they will have to do a little bit more to other teeth to just, I guess, finish that process, and then I'll get the rest of my trays, and then I won't go back until the end of my 17th tray. So I thought, oh my gosh, I'll have to go back like every week or every few weeks to get checked, but at least with my program, I am only going back, like I got them, I got the attachments on in August. I'm going back in October, and then probably in February I will then go back for like that last check, and then if any refinement needs to be done, that is like all covered under the price. So mine was $4,900, and it's like, whew, that is a lot of money, especially if you've already had other orthodontia in the past. Thankfully, when I was younger, my parents paid for that, and my insurance at my current job only covers like young like teens and like kids for orthodontia, so I have to pay completely out of pocket. My insurance doesn't cover it at all for adults, so that's a shitload of money. And I know that the price varies, but a lot of what I've heard is between $4,000 to $6,000. So that is how much I'm paying for Invisalign, and I really think it will be the best money I spend because I will wear my retainer after this, and I will never let my teeth get out of hand and all crooked again, because that's a lot of money, and when you actually pay for it yourself, I think you will, like, if you were in a position like me where you didn't wear your retainer, if you're paying for it yourself this time, I think we will wear our retainers because we don't want to throw all that money away. But I do like that Invisalign after your first set, which mine will be 6 months. I'm glad that if there were to be any refinement sets needed after that, it's all covered in that same price. It's not like they keep charging you set after set, because I've heard a lot of people need 3 sets in total. So I'm mentally preparing myself for potentially 2 years of this, and I hope that it doesn't take that long, because I would love if this was done in 6 months and I didn't have to worry about this anymore. But I am just like trying to mentally prepare myself if this did take 2 years or so to get like perfect. And since you are paying all that money, you might as well get it perfect. So I'm not sure how long it will take. They quoted 6 months for the first 17 trays, but then they said that most people do need at least 1 refinement set, if not 2. So we'll see, and I'll keep you guys posted throughout my process. One thing I would definitely say to buy if you don't already own it is a water pick. This is one of the best things I ever bought, and I have a lot of issues whenever I go get my half yearly cleanings from the dentist. I always have plaque. Okay, I could probably floss more, but what I really keep up with is my water pick, and that has made a huge difference when I go to the dentist, that they're seeing less plaque when I use this. And now, especially with Invisalign, I am taking such good care of my teeth, it's insane. So I brush my teeth after every meal, so the only time you're really taking out your trays is when you eat or drink anything other than water. So I thought that you could just drink whatever you wanted with the Invisaligns in, as long as it was like through a straw. And I've seen people's videos where they say they drink whatever they want through a straw, including coffee, which I drink 1 cup of coffee every day, every morning. And I just, at this point, since I work from home and I'm able to like brush my teeth after I eat or drink anything, I still only do it at meal time. So I could do it more often, but it's such a like annoying thing to have to do. Like, it just adds so much more time to anytime you want to have a snack. So I have heard, and my dentist told me, and everyone said that I've read, there's like an Invisalign diet essentially, because you're not eating, you're not snacking like as much as maybe you used to. And I'm definitely a person that like picks at my food. Like in the mornings, I used to sip on my coffee for like hours, like, and eat my, I would have like a little pastry or something like that every so often, and I would just eat it like throughout hours of the morning. Now I wake up, go downstairs, eat my whatever breakfast, and I'm always eating breakfast now because I don't snack throughout the day. I eat my breakfast and drink my coffee, and then I brush my teeth and do all my stuff. I always do my water pick to get any food out that might be like in my like molars. Sometimes like food gets stuck. Even when I brush my teeth, there still might be some food in there. I do like a mouth rinse. Usually I'll use either just normal Listerine, 0 alcohol, I don't like the alcohol ones, or I use the Crest like whitening one. I use that once a day. So I'll use one of those, and then I'll put in my trays for the rest of the day. And when I'm eating, I put my trays in to soak and to clean. So I bought this little bath thing on Amazon, and it's great. You just fill this with water and then you put whatever cleaner you use. So I usually use like denture cleaner tablets. That's really easy because it's just a single tablet and you just pop it in here and then you put your trays in. Or I bought this stuff from my dentist called Cleanite, I think that's what it's called, and it's like a powder that you just pour some in. So I use the Cleanite in the morning because I feel like my Invisalign trays are maybe the most like gross after sleeping with them on all day or all night. So I take them out and I use the Cleanite, which is like a little, I don't know, to me it's like more effective because I bought it at my dentist. So I use that. And then when I'm eating lunch and when I'm eating dinner, I soak them with the denture cleaner tablets. So that's what I do. I'll give the trays a little like brush down with my toothbrush. I used to, like in the first few days, I used to brush my trays with toothpaste every single time. Now I brush them with, like, I brush them after pretty much every time I soak them, but I don't brush them with toothpaste because it was just like getting in some of the nooks and crannies and I would really have to like scrub it. So I only do that if I feel like, I don't know, I want to just like brush them down with a little toothpaste. So that's what I do. They didn't tell me to do that, so I don't know if that's like good or bad, but especially since I'm wearing these for 2 weeks, sometimes I just want to brush them with toothpaste, and I haven't seen like any issues with that, as long as I just really rinse it out and make sure there's no toothpaste like residue in there. I think it's fine, but to each his own. And then I really recommend the water pick, and I also manually floss. So it's definitely a lot more tooth care than I'm used to doing, but since the Invisaligns like snap onto your teeth with the attachments, you really want to make sure your teeth are clean before trapping anything under them. And that's why I have chosen not to drink anything other than water when I'm wearing my Invisalign, and I pretty much only drink water other than my coffee in the morning. So throughout the day, I normally wouldn't drink anything other than water anyway, so it's not that big of a deal to me, but that is something that I have chosen not to drink anything other than water when I'm wearing them. And like I said, since I'm working from home, I'm not going out places and I'm able to like control that more. Like if I were at Target or something and I wanted to get a Starbucks, like I wouldn't want to do that now. Like I would want to like wait and then come home and have it, because I just don't want to stain these. And my dentist gave me warnings of like, even if you just taste a little bit while you're cooking, if you're cooking with like something really like vibrant like curry or tomato sauce or like anything that's really pigmented, it can completely stain your trays, and then I don't even know what would happen. Maybe you would have to get new ones, maybe you would have to just deal with it. But yeah, so that is what I do. I just only drink water if I'm wearing them, and so far it's only been 2 weeks, but I haven't had to really worry about it. But when we went out and we were getting ice cream and it wasn't like a meal time, I brought my little case, which when you get Invisalign, they give you like this little case, and it's just like a little magnetic case. So that's really good if you are going somewhere or you work out of the home or whatever. And I brought my Colgate Wisps. These are little like mini toothbrushes. So I think these are awesome. It's like a toothbrush and a little pick as well. So this side has like the little capsule of kind of like mouthwash stuff, and then the other end is a pick, and that is the end I actually think is the best, because then you can like really get between your teeth and in your molars. Like I mentioned, I have like an issue with that. So I'm definitely going to keep these little toothbrushes on hand for whenever I go out, because it was super helpful to have this and to just be able to like clean my mouth really quickly and then pop my trays back in after I was done eating the ice cream, even like on our drive home, because you want to keep the trays in at least 22 hours a day, which is a lot. It's pretty much you only have time to eat and then you have to like immediately put them back in. So I would definitely recommend having some things like this on hand if you do go out with your trays, and you never know when you might want to just get a little snack. So I try to like work my schedule around eating now, because I know that I have to do all this extra stuff to like clean my teeth. And if you can't brush your teeth right away, just make sure as soon as you can brush your teeth after eating, if you're putting your trays back in. One other thing I wanted to mention is lip products. So I hope I don't have this all over my teeth, but I kind of do. So that is an issue that I'm finding with my Invisalign. No matter what product I put on my lips, it just migrates to these Invisaligns, like way more than my normal teeth did. And Invisalign obviously are like things on top of your teeth, so it makes your teeth thicker, and that affects a lot of things with your mouth. So I'm just having a lot of issues wearing any lip products, but what I will say is that if you can apply just like a little bit of lip liner, that's what I'm wearing today. Lip liner definitely transfers less than like a traditional lipstick, or God forbid a lip gloss. Lip gloss on your trays, oh my gosh, I was scrubbing so much because it's like so sticky and gross. So it's still a work in progress that I'm trying to figure out, can I even wear lip products with these things in? And I really like wearing lip products, so I probably just need to do like more blotting. And I know that this method, like where you put your finger in your mouth and then you like get everything out on your finger instead of having it like go on your teeth, I need to remember to do that more often. But that's just one thing that's, to me, the most frustrating about these, because I do love wearing lipstick. So that's something to just be aware of. And I didn't mention this when I was doing like the beginning part of the basics, but I have a lot of attachments. My dentist was like, whoa, that is so many attachments, and I was like, great. Like, it made me feel like a total like freak, but it just is the way it is. You don't really have control over how many attachments you have, and I hope that since I have a lot of attachments, hopefully it will just do a lot of movement within this first set so I don't have to have as many refinements, but you just never know. So I do have a lot of attachments. Most are on my upper teeth, and I do have 2 on my one front tooth. So those I would definitely say are the most noticeable because they're like texture on your teeth. So that's something to be aware of, that you might have attachments on your front teeth. And I think if I were to have thought about it, I might have asked my dentist before like the trays came back, like, will I have attachments on my front teeth? But I didn't even think about it, and it doesn't bother me that much. But I know some people don't want any like thing to give away that they have like Invisalign, and so having attachments on your front teeth definitely would give it away, that if people are up close to you, they will most likely be able to notice that. And then on my bottom teeth, I have a ton on my left side, but I only have 1 on my right side. So to me, there's no like rhyme or reason to it. Obviously there is a reason, but it's not like it's gonna be even all across your teeth like braces are. Because I remember when I had braces, there was 1 on every single tooth, and it just, like, that's just how it was. And with Invisalign, the attachments are just little, like, it looks like your tooth, just like a little thing on your tooth. It's like a rock wall kind of. They're a little bit sharp, but that is what also encourages you to wear your trays, because it protects your gums and stuff from the attachments like scraping up against you. So I've had a little bit of like jaw clenching when I have been sleeping at night. So I never like grind my teeth or anything in my sleep, but I noticed, especially the first week wearing my Invisalign, when I would wake up, my teeth would be just like oh, like I would be like clenched like the entire night, it felt like. And in the past, like my second week, I would say, it's really reduced. And I just think your body and your mind have to get used to having these things in your mouth, and it thankfully is starting to subside. But if you can, like, try to just like relax your mouth before you fall asleep. And I know that like thinking about it can sometimes make it like happen more, but when I would just like think about just relax your mouth. Something I've also tried to do is to remind myself to put my tongue like resting at like the top of my mouth, like when I'm sleeping, and that kind of helps create a little bit of space between your like back teeth. And so that has helped me. And like I said, time is really what you need in these first, like the first tray, I would say. Like, I'm glad that my first tray was 2 weeks, because I got rid of a lot of that soreness within the first week. And then this current week has been a lot easier. Like, my trays pop in and out a lot easier. I don't have a lot of soreness, but definitely in that first few days, ooh, when I would pop those trays in, especially on my bottom front teeth that are really crooked, it was really, really sore. And I could tell like, oh man, that is gonna be rough when it's like the farther I get with my trays and the more movement that they have, it will be sore and you will be able to feel it. And one tip that I read on the Invisalign Reddit, which I would really recommend checking out, that whole Reddit, is just reading all different people's experiences and questions. It is so insightful. And one thing I read on there is to change your tray the night before it's due. So like my tray, I am supposed to change it on 8/24, which is a Monday. All my trays change on a Monday, which if you can get your Invisalign put on a Monday, I think that's really great, to just be like, it's a new week, time for a new tray. So I'm going to change mine the night before, which is a Sunday night. So on the 23rd, I'm going to change my trays to my next set, and definitely keep your previous trays. So all of them are kind of connected, and so I will just keep my existing tray, wash them and everything, and then keep them just in case you ever need them. You can keep your trays, and I think that that is a really smart thing to do, especially as you're going through the process. If for some reason you lose your current tray, you can go back to the previous tray. So that's definitely a good tip that my dentist gave me. So yeah, I'm excited to keep progressing with my Invisalign and see how things go, but I just wanted to like update you on how the first week has went, and that I really think the lisp has gone away pretty much completely, which is really good. Just talk as much as you can, sing in the car, sing in the shower. Like, I film videos, so I might talk more than like the average person, and it just has really helped me to like practice with this stuff in my mouth. Like, I really noticed it a lot the first like week and a half, and then over the past like 2 or 3 days especially, I hardly notice it in my mouth. And it, like I said, it just takes time, and it seems like it will never get better, but then all of a sudden your brain just is like used to this in your mouth, and it just is easier all of a sudden. So I'm curious to see how quickly my teeth will change over the next 8 trays until I have to go back to the dentist. And if you guys watch my videos, you'll obviously be able to see them slightly change. And I can't wait at the end of this to do like my before and afters, because I think it will be really amazing to see how much straighter my teeth are. So I hope if you guys are getting Invisalign that it's a really great experience for you. And obviously I'm just at the beginning, so I have a lot of hope and a lot of good feelings towards it. So I hope that my process goes well. I hope that yours goes well as well. But I hope if you're watching this video to gather information on if you should get Invisalign or just other people's experiences, I hope it was helpful. I'm still learning, so I'm sure that I'm not doing everything right, and I'm sure the commenters will let me know if I'm doing anything really wrong. But I hope that this was helpful. It's just my personal experience, and I think that gathering a lot of different perspectives is really helpful. So this is just what I have been doing. I hope this video was helpful or a little informative. If you're trying to make this decision for yourself, I would say go for it, but it's a very personal choice. And like I said, I've wanted these for years and I only just got them. So it definitely takes time to make that decision, but if you're ready, I feel like you know, and I was definitely ready, and the cost is what it is, but I think it will be really, really worth it. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I hope you all are doing really well and staying safe and healthy, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!